not for sale, sold 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 not for sale. Hey, I come to fuck up the summer. I come in just like Obama. I got that yig and that yang. If you want peace in this drama, you put that blame on my anger, but I put that blame on my hunger. How could I ever think clean when all of this garbage among us? They claim to be moving them bricks by the bundle, but ain't never been to Colombia. Get shot in the back of your head just for paying attention in front of you. They talking about stacking that bread. The real question, my nigga, who you feeding, bro? Ever thought about lifting your people up? Give 100 a nigga who need a buck. I was lame, I was off, I was cold, I was dumb to the game. I was young, now I'm old. I don't bend, I don't break, I don't quit, I don't fold. I done sold many things, but I would never sell my soul. I done fought, I done bang, I got knocked, never told. Through the struggles and the pain, never robbed, but I stole. I got fought, I got blamed, pray to God, so we know I done sold many things, but I would never sell my soul. I come to fuck up the winner, put the whole game in the blender. You know you not no contender, and you know I'm not no pretender. Understand that we all sinners. When we start that out as beginners, how could I ever be free? As soon as I speak, I offend you. Now what's the agenda? My people losing and your people winners. I know the subject is touchy, it's tender. Suffer the pain every time you deliver. Taking a beating while reading the scripture. How could you beat me in front of my children? How could you tear down a man that just built them? Tell them that daddy not strong as the system, yeah. I go, my soul is intact. No bargain, you can't get it back. These are the facts. See that they setting up traps. I just pray that my people come back. You do the math, add to what's leading your path. The root to this evil is cash. Don't even ask, you know they can see through that mask. As soon as you speak, they gon' laugh. I was lost, I was lame, I was off, I was cold, I was dumb to the game. I was young, now I'm old. I don't bend, I don't break, I don't quit, I don't fold. I done sold many things, but I would never sell my soul. I done fought, I done bang, I got knocked, never told. Through the struggles and the pain, never robbed, but I stole. I got fought, I got blamed, pray to God, so we know I done sold many things, but I would never sell my soul.
Big Dog Philly OG, Big Dog Philly OG, man, that's my brother right there. I love. I got to get you up on this panel one day, brother, because I know you be breaking all this religion stuff down, definitely way on a higher level than I do. You know, I just kind of, you know, when I talk this religion stuff, I kind of break it down from just from a common sense, just a simple, basic common sense level. But I know people like Big Dog Philly OG, my sister DeWanda, who's in the chat, Eli Taylor, William Jones. I know y'all can break them down on more of a scholarly level, you know. And I think both is needed. I think both is needed when it comes to these religions and stuff, man. Halito, everybody, what's happening, man? I didn't get a chance to really show y'all what sparked me to go live at 4 o'clock in the morning, early this morning. I was irritated. Like, I was so irritated. I'm gonna play the video that irritated me. Just irritated the shit out of me. Not only did this video irritate me, it was also a situation that I dealt with personally recently, dealing with some people who showed their hypocrisy of defending someone because they like them, because they like the person, that they will put our children in harm's way, that they will make excuses for someone who's on a registry for being a predator in our community, and who's just giving them a story. He's just telling them a story because they like him. They are willing to overlook what he's, they won't look at his paperwork. They won't go live and read his paperwork, yet they're pulling up information on other people. And I just I don't like the hypocrisy. I have nothing against the people. I have nothing against the people themselves. I just don't like the hypocrisy. We can call out predators and abusers of people we don't like, but soon as it's somebody that we like, we bring God into the whole situation. Oh, God is, forgiveness and all of this. I don't like the hypocrisy. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you was my daddy. I would be like, Daddy, I can't co-sign that, Daddy. Like, I can't, that's not right, Daddy. Like, Daddy, you got to explain this. Hey, Uncle, you got to explain this, Uncle. Like, nah, Auntie, nah, that ain't right, Auntie. This is who I am as a man. As a man, this is who I am. And you know what? I just told a brother the other night who was actually irritated by the same thing that I'm irritated by, the hypocrisy of all of these people that want to talk this God talk, want to talk this Jesus talk. And it's not just the people that I'm talking about right now. It's not just those people. I've been dealing with this for a lifetime. Like, it's not just these people. They just so happen to fall into what I'm talking about. Again, the people that I dealt with personally recently, I have no issues with them personally other than the hypocrisy, and the other than the, you know, we do all this praying and all this preaching, and we preaching God and we preaching Jesus and we preaching this and da 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 da. Then here comes somebody, a devil, sitting right next to you. But because you like this devil, you make excuses for this devil, for this person. I don't like that. Like, I don't like that. I'm not trying to beef with nobody. I'm not trying to, this shit just been irking me because the fact that I know that I actually reached out to people to ask them, hey, before you attach your name and your face to this person, you don't want to look into this? You know what I'm saying? And I never got a response back because they like this person. You know what I'm saying? And they don't want to disrespect this person, yet they sit here and they call Jesus, 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 and all this preaching and preaching. It's the same thing the church does. It's the same way the church sweeps the pastor's nonsense up under the table. Now, this is the video that irritated me. And I'm gonna let it play, and then I'll come back and talk about it. I'm gonna be all the way honest with you. I didn't even watch the whole video because it irritated me. I actually watched some of this bullshit, and I went live at 4 o'clock in the morning, 4 something this morning, because I hate scamming ass preachers in the pulpit. I promise you, I can't stand scamming ass preachers in the pulpit. I can't stand. I can't stand scamming ass people, period. But when you stand in a pulpit and you know you have the power to manipulate certain people's minds, and you know you're not right yourself, you know you're not right yourself, yet you get in this, you get it behind that pulpit and you purposely manipulate people. I hate that shit. And I hate people. I hate people who scream all this God shit and then protect devil shit. That does something to me. It does something to me because How can you claim to be for this God? And you're going against God. You would be going against God in the things that you're supporting, the things that you are making excuses for. You can't attack other people. And then when it comes to somebody that you like getting attacked for the same thing that you are attacking other people for, you can't come back and say, well, people change and people make mistakes and people forgive. But that's not the same energy you giving the people that you don't like. Oh, Jesus this and Jesus that. I couldn't believe it. I had to remove myself from everything dealing with that crowd. And I like a lot of those people. I actually like those people. But how the shit even came on my radar in the first place, how it even came on my radar in the first place was because Kevin Wesley and some other guy trying, and some chick that follows Kevin Wesley, because they don't like me, they were trying to attach my name to this guy because of somebody that I like. You know what I'm saying? And I be in her chat. But because she allows this guy to come on her platform, they try to attach my name. Nobody's going to attach my name to any child harming. Any child harming. Anybody who's supporting child harming. You're not going to attach Callie's name to none of that. So that's how it came on across my table. And it irked me. It irked me to really see people get on this internet, this world wide web, and scream Jesus this, Jesus that, Jesus this. And this is why people are walking away from the church. This is why people don't believe in your God, because you guys play with your own God. You play with your God. You don't even take your God serious. You will compromise your standards, your integrity, your morals as a person, as a human being. I watch people go hard to protect a grown woman on this internet because they felt that she was abused. I watched people go hard to protect a grown man who they say didn't abuse the woman. I watch people attack other people for being on a registry, but yet when it came to your friend being on the registry, you had every excuse not to call him out, not to check him, not to show the people and let the people decide for themselves. Allow the people to read the paperwork, hear the paperwork of why this guy is on a lifetime registry for harming a child. All because you like him. I actually reached out to people behind the scene and said, hey, do you know about this? I had people not reply back to me. And now, and when I asked, everybody, I don't know much about that. I don't know about that. Well, why don't you go look? Well, why don't you go find out? Then you have people saying, Callie's messy. That's a messy dude. I'm messy because I want our women and children protected from child predators. I'm going to fall back. I'm just going to simply go back on my side of town, where we over here, we don't play those favoritism games. We don't play those biased games over here. And the crazy part about it is most of us over here, we don't even follow religion. And we're walking more in a godly manner than the so-called people who claim that they're so religious. Most of us over here, we don't even rock with that religion shit. Yet we don't compromise our integrity over here. We're not over here screaming about a God and forgiveness and all of this. and we won't call out somebody that we like, somebody that we mess with. If many of y'all remember over here in this Indian community, when that one situation went down with the one guy who got caught, at I think it was a Walmart or something. It was all over the internet, over here in the Indian community. He was one of us over here. We didn't play with that nigga over here. When he got exposed, we didn't play with that dude. We got him the fuck up out of here. I've never heard of that dude since. Because we move different over here. And that's why I had to, again, it's no hate towards those people, because I really like those people. And it's the reason I was reaching out. But the fact that I watched people bring God into this shit, after a little girl got harmed or a little girl said she was violated, and nobody wanted to protect the little girl because you wanted to protect this nigga that y'all like. Nobody wanted to protect the child. But it's all y'all over there screaming, Jesus this, Jesus that. Everybody walking on eggshells with this guy because they like him. Give me 1 second, y'all. I want to show y'all something. Let me get this on out the way, because give me 1 second. Let me see if I can pull this up right quick. Let me see if I can pull this up right quick, because I want to show y'all this. I want to show y'all this. Here we go. Let me play this video for y'all right quick about me. This is what I tell you about people. So then you'll have people that say, well, Callie, you got on the internet and you told us about, how you had a domestic violence issue. I sure did. And I'm on nobody's registry. I've been in the medical field over 20 something years. I'm still in the medical field right now. I'm a travel nurse. I move around. I can't have none of that on my record to do the work I do. I work with mentally challenged people. I can't have any of that on my record. I can't. To work in the field I work in, I can't have that. Also, in my situation, I won full custody of my children in that after this incident. So you have people trying to paint me as an abuser. Well, I'm going to play this video for you guys just so you can understand my situation. My situation, okay, which happened in the state of Ohio. I'm on nobody's registry. The people right here in this chat, the people that right here that know me, the people right here whose community that I've been to, the people that I have helped out in events, and the people that I have helped out behind the scenes. Nobody will tell you Callie has any speculations of harming children, harming women. People are going to tell you women have been protected around me. Children are protected around me. Nobody's going to tell you I'm on anybody's registry. Nobody's going to tell you that they feel unsafe when Callie's around. Nobody has to secretly watch Callie when I'm around or around their daughters. Nobody has to do none of that when it comes to me. But let me show you my situation. And we'll, let me explain my situation. Hold on 1 second. I'm muted. Let me get unmuted.
Show that a man was forced.
This was my situation. Okay? Nobody could ever tell my story. You can't tell my story. I'm on nobody's registry. None. Nobody's. Let's deal with this.
I think it's a myth to think that only a woman can use self-defense against a man. In fact, We have many cases where we've been able to show that a man was forced to use self-defense against a woman.
So let's deal with this whole little abuser situation. This is how you know when you're dealing with that little weirdo family. They little supporters don't have nothing to fall back on. So what they're going to try to do is try to use this little domestic violence situation that I was in and try to paint me out to be an abuser. Well, I would think to be an abuser, there must be some type of history. You must have some type of history of doing the act of abusing. All right. So I would put out the challenge to you people that want to try to paint me as an abuser. I will put out the challenge to prove that I'm an abuser. Where's my history? I'm 46 years old. I don't have a criminal record. Where are you getting this abuser story from? Oh, you're getting it from the story I told, where I was in a situation with my ex-wife, where my ex-wife attacked me. I was attacked. Not only was I attacked, but my bandana fell over my neck and she attempted to twist the bandana.
And I think that goes against what we normally think of. We think of a man being stronger and larger than a woman, but many times, especially if there's alcohol involved, or perhaps there's a weapon involved, like a knife, or even just somebody who has long nails, or it can be very violent. It's very easy to get injuries in the course of trying to defend yourself, whether it's trying to grab someone and restrain them as they're trying to attack you, holding the person's hands in some way to try to stop them, or anything you need to do to try to defend yourself. It's possible to end up injuring the other person in the course of defending yourself. So I would say that, yes, it is very common to see situations where men have to use some level of force in a domestic violence situation. And it's important to show that in these kinds of cases.
And she attempted to twist the bandana until I went unconscious.
Or perhaps there's a weapon involved in yourself. It's possible to end up injuring the other person in the course of defending yourself.
And she attempted to twist the bandana until I went unconscious.
Or perhaps there's a weapon involved.
And she attempted to twist the bandana until I went unconscious. Then I had to take action to defend myself.
Life is all about equal rights and equal lefts. If a woman gets into a man's face and threatens him with physical harm or puts her hands on him, that man has a right to respond with equal force. So if a woman pushes a man, the man can push back. I know your mama may have told you something different, but in the eyes of the law, there is no difference between a man or a woman when it comes to self-defense.
My bandana fell over my neck and she attempted to twist the bandana until I went unconscious. Then I had to take action to defend myself or either die. I wasn't ready to die, just wasn't ready to die. So yes, I blacked out. She took the bad end of the stick for attacking me. And trying to choke me. All right. So I ask again, where is the abuse at? I live in this happened in the state of Ohio. I have the right to defend myself. If I feel like someone is trying to take my life, I have the right to defend myself. Where's the abuse at? I had one situation. Show me the abuse before then and show me the abuse after. I'll wait. I don't have a criminal record. I'm 46 years old. No felonies, no criminal record. You're going to find a bunch of speeding tickets or traffic tickets. I don't have a criminal record. So show me where you're getting this abuse story from. Oh, from the story I told myself about me being attacked, about my daughter calling 911 saying she's fighting my daddy. Not to mention Not to mention, you would also have to explain if I'm such an abuser. If I'm such an abuser, how did I get full custody of my children, my two boys, my two blood boys? Now, this situation was brought up in court in our custody battle. This came up in court. Now, how did an abuser win full custody of two little boys? They're grown now. Those two little boys, they're grown with their own families now, live out on their own now. Now, where does this abuse come in at? How am I an abuser? Or did I defend myself? Yeah, figure it out. Show me where I'm an abuser or shut the fuck up.
So I just wanted to show that for when people will try to bring up your past and try to hold that against you. And before anybody tries to tell my story, I'll tell my story myself. I just showed you Ohio law of me defending myself. The fact that I had a black woman as a judge, a black woman who was a mother and a grandmother, who heard the story, who proceeded over the custody case. There were what you call guardian ad litem officials overseeing this case, this custody battle, which means the guardian ad litem is not there for the mother or the father. They are there for the best interest of the child or children. So they're not here for her side or my side. They're here to observe the children, to interview the children, and give the judge their findings. And the judge usually, more than likely, is going to go off of the guardian ad litem. That's what I went through. This is why I'm on nobody's registry. This is why you can't call me an abuser, because you have no proof of me abusing anybody before that situation or any proof of me abusing anybody after a situation. But the people that you are defending are on a lifetime registry. Just had to register last year around this same time. This same time last year, they just had to register again. Yet, you throw Jesus into this mix because you like the person. And no, Jesus and God forgives. And oh, he told his story and this and that. Bullshit. But if that's what y'all want to do, that's the same thing the people in the church do. That's the same bullshit the people in the church do. Children are harmed all the time. All the time, children are harmed behind the pastor, behind the pastor's dirty works, behind the leaders of the church, dirty works. And then you, the people in the congregation, you, the people in the church, you, the Jesus lovers, you, the people preaching to everybody else about this and about that and how God and this and that, you are the ones that will cover up their BS. It's you. I am very big on, and I learned this through my cousin. And if I reach out to you to try to tell you, hey, you might want to look into this, and then you ignore me because you know what I'm hitting you about. You ignore me because you like this guy. My situation is nothing like that situation. But I see you calling out other people about the same thing your guy is guilty of too, to the point that somebody found him guilty enough to put him on a registry. And if it's been a mistake, it ain't been corrected yet. If it's been a mistake, it ain't been corrected yet. You can tell anybody the story you want to tell, just like and I'm going to show y'all an example. I'm going to show y'all an example of what I'm talking about. You're on a whole registry. You just registered last year. It's time for you to register again this year, around this time. if it was a mistake or if it was cleared up. It hasn't been corrected yet. Why? Okay? Yet you get on these panels, or y'all allow this person to get on these panels and tell their little story, how they want to tell their story to a bunch of women. And I told y'all earlier why the pastor preys on women, why people prey on women. Now I'm going to show y'all the video that irritated me. This was Pastor Jamal Bryant. I didn't even play it this morning. I'm going to let the video play. And then I'll come back. And I'll give you my comments. I haven't watched the whole video because I was this pastor irritated the shit out of me, because this is the same pastor that came behind Eddie Long and his mess. This is the same pastor that came behind Eddie Long and his mess. This is the same pastor that we all know was bought and paid for by the Democrat Party to let Kamala get in the pulpit of his church. All right? So I'm going to play this and I'll come back.
They will be careful, because people will try to offer you stuff that is not commensurate to your value. They will try to give you what they themselves would never accept. They want you to accept a joke about a watermelon on a black man's head and say that they were just playing. But never any jokes about leprechauns or four-leaf clovers. They want you to accept an attempted insurrection on Capitol Hill on January 6th.
Look,
but
they
are threatening
bitter.
to pull
They
out the
so
military
mad
on those who march for Black Lives Matter. They want you to accept the dividing of families in the largest threat of deportation of immigrants, even if it divides mothers from children. And they said babies in cages will be a glorious day. They want you to believe that the smuggling of fentanyl has been from the Mexican cartel, but they will not tell you that the majority of those who have been arrested have been white males. They want you to accept that you're going to receive more money when Trump was not responsible for the stimulus check in the first place. They want you to get excited about getting a tax break, but Negro, you don't qualify. That's for folk that's making over $400,000 and you $50,000 or less, talking about make America great again. When, Negro? When was it great?
How much is school broken?
If we're going to talk about little boys, then we've feminized little boys.
We got to talk about him on After Hours.
They can give it.
I want y'all to hear
the
whole
message.
message.
Take it. But you got to be careful how you treat God's people, because the last will be first. And
we're listening to a Kamala supporter. This is the same pastor that allowed Kamala. I think this is a new video. Yeah, this is after the election. This is a Kamala supporter. This is the same preacher who allowed Kamala Harris to come in there and do her new church accent, her new fake church accent. Oh, church, weeping may endure for a moment, but joy cometh in the morning. And church, I tell you, morning is on its way. Bullshit. That shit. Same pastor. All right? Now he's mad. He's mad because they lost. All of that pandering to you church folks, and they still lost.
Because the last will be first and the first will be last. I don't know.
Hey, hold on. Is that Ike? Is that Ike and Tina to eat the cake? Oh, hold on. We gotta play this. Well, before we play it, make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Also, because we had a phenomenal live stream on the Patreon for the bag chasers. Real substance that allows for you to be successful and you can actually capitalize. We did a live stream and it's up for you guys to be able to restream. We did a live stream for you guys to be able to capitalize off this upcoming presidency and actually get the bag. I can't believe how bitter Jamal Bryant, Democrats in the black church has gotten to where they are now using anime Eat the Cake and they're leveraging their hate for Trump and our country and identity politics in order to justify their loss. It's amazing. It's amazing. And I will tell you, and I know that this is the part of the uncomfortable conversation that people don't want to have, but I will absolutely positively tell you that some of the most, not only because racist people come in all colors, shapes, creeds, sizes, genders, so on and so forth, that the black church preaches more hate and against masculinity and is totally, in most black churches such as this right here, is totally against the will of God, so much so that they will go against their own best interests. Let me tell you something. He said the last shall be first and the first shall be last. And then he started to equate it to tax breaks and Trump and so on and so forth. Let me ask y'all a question. After all of these years of supporting Democrats and this liberal agenda, what they've given you is tying you to the federal government in order to remove you from your home so that they can feminize your kids. This liberal agenda that, and if you've ever, and I'm going to continue to hit on this every single day that I can, if you guys have the opportunity, go and look at what the process is for removing unwanted babies in a form of contraception, abortion. Go and look it up and see what the process is, and then you tell me that is of God. They want you to support somebody that marched in a pride parade while they got all of these sassy men leading choir inside of their churches. And they have an assault on masculinity, and yet they want to cloak it in justification around why they didn't vote for Trump, when in reality, they are some of the most liberal, racist, sexist, and division, warmongering, hateful people that you will ever see in your entire life. Go to a black church, listen to the message, and tell me that you come out of there feeling more and more like you are of God than if you just walk away and then go and study your Bible on your own. I got to see what this Eat the Cake anime section is.
Where y'all are, but all my haters, I wanted you to know, Eat the Cake anime.
Look how they play with y'all in church. Look how they play with y'all in the church. And this is where y'all go sit. And these are the niggas y'all listen to in the pulpit. Like, these are the niggas y'all listen to in the pulpit. This is why people don't go to church no more. This is why people don't believe y'all Christians, y'all believers. This is why people don't take y'all serious. It's people like him. And it's people like y'all that scream all this Jesus and God shit. And then y'all show y'all hypocrisy, or either y'all compromise yourselves, go against your God, go against what you call your God's word. All for man. All for man. All for man.
All my haters, I wanted you to know, Eat the Cake anime, eat the cake. When it is that God puts his foot down, you don't know who God is going to bless. You don't know who God is going to restore. And you don't know who God is going to use.
Maybe he can use you.
Genesis
on the
25.
back of the church.
In Genesis 25, Jacob said to his brother Esau, I know you are hungry, but if you give me your birthright, I'll give you Campbell's soup. And a lot of fools fell for it.
Attention retirees, if you're willing to be at your computer from 9 a.m. to 10:45 a.m.
For it. A lot of people sold their self-worth and their self-esteem in this election cycle. 18 million people did not vote at all. The Latino community, even after being stereotyped as murderers and rapists and being disrespected by calling Puerto Rico floating garbage, went and voted in.
Let me tell you how evil the black church is and Jamal Bryant is. Public enemy number one, because he is absolutely blaspheming and mocking God. Let me tell you how evil this guy is, right? He will remix what was actually said because Trump actually didn't even align, nor did he. When Trump sold out Madison Square Garden, okay, in order, at one of his rallies, and they had a comedian who he didn't know and he didn't associate with, but they booked him as a form of entertainment, same way they had Meg Thee Stallion twerking up there for Kamala Harris, and the comedian made these tongue-in-cheek jokes about every demographic. But then people wanted to leverage it and take the sound bites in order to justify and say, oh, no, that's Trump that said that. Trump never said it. But this is what they want to do in order to influence you. And y'all got to be able to do your own research, read between the lines, and study the word. The word will never go against itself. The word will never go against itself. When he was asked, I'm going to do a whole new review. I ain't even going to tell you when he was asked and what was going on, but I'm going to do a whole review video on it. I wish I was up. I wish I was aware that he was on a certain podcast. I would have pulled up, but we going to get there. But listen to him. Listen to how they spew this hate, and then they cloak it in the name of justification and church and God, and he going to raise them. How come black people still so far behind and they in last place, but they've been Democrats their entire life? That's what I want to know. When they going to raise you up? Generation after generation, just like the children of Israel. They never got to the land of milk and honey. It's people that come over here and beat black people all day long, and y'all still talking the same old, same old.
Now, this is something I brought up to y'all earlier today. Y'all are the most loyal people to these guys. Y'all are the most loyal people that sit in these churches all the time, every day, always preaching to somebody, always want to pray for somebody. Y'all are the most loyal people to these guys, and y'all are at the bottom of the scale. Y'all got the most churches all in your communities, all over the place, and y'all are the bottom of the scale. When does this guy help you? When do these guys come through and help you? Y'all been going through the same nonsense. Y'all still waiting for this guy named Jesus to come back. Yo, Jesus was supposed to be coming back before your grandmama's, your grandmama, her mama, and her mama. And y'all still sitting here waiting for this guy, Jesus, to show back up. Let me get through this video. I don't even know. It looks like it's at the end. It's coming to the end. I ain't never seen this, but I told y'all I didn't get through it because I was irritated.
Record numbers. Ladies and gentlemen, white women even threw their support, realizing that they would have no authority about decisions over their bodies. Contrary to what the news did in trying to separate our community, 78% of black men voted and did the right thing.
Look at these Simps. Look at the Simps.
The reality.
And I agree. I definitely agree. Them is a bunch of simps. Simps. Didn't I tell y'all earlier? It ain't too many logical thinking men sitting in church. It ain't a bunch of us logical thinking men sitting in church willingly. Many of us been woke up for this, or it never resonated with us. Like, it's women. It's the women sitting in there. And a lot of these men that's sitting in there, they're the simps. They got to go sit in there with their wives. They got to go sit in there. These are a lot of the men who go just to see the women. They're just in there to see the women. See if they can find them one. These are a lot of the men who are probably a part of the rainbow community in some kind of way, whether knowingly or unknowingly, secretively. That's who these preachers be talking to. But these are the people y'all follow. These are the people y'all allow to tell y'all shit. These bought and paid for pimps in the pulpit.
Look at the
What
Simps.
we found out this
Son
week
husbands.
is that some people in America couldn't get over their own misogyny because they would rather have a clown than have a queen. Ladies and gentlemen, I stand before you today and I want to salute and celebrate the most consistent voting bloc in America since 2016 has been
We're gonna
black
celebrate
women.
the black woman again.
And black
Black
women
women.
showed America on Tuesday I would rather starve to death than elect a fascist, racist, rapist, misogynist dictator who has no respect over my womanhood or over my community.
Shut your bitch ass up. Shut your bitch ass up. Shut your bitch ass up. Here, this is why I couldn't go sit in no fucking church. My skin would fucking crawl. Didn't I tell y'all earlier? I told y'all earlier. Church is nothing but a feel-good doctrine. It's all about saying the shit to make you feel good. Never mind the truth. Nobody wants the truth. Who cares about the truth when the lie is more entertaining? He just called that man a dictator. There's no proof of that man being a dictator. He called that man a racist. He called him a fascist. All of these little indictments he had, they're dropping all that shit. But who cares about that? Who cares about that? As long as Pastor, who got his own issues, who got his own problems, who ain't right himself, tell you what to believe. This is why religion don't want you to think. This is why religion don't want you to think. It don't have to make sense when it comes to religion, just as long as you believe. Just believe. Just believe. Of course it's true. Because the crooked ass pastor in the pulpit, they like to swag and serve in the church. Ain't this the same preacher? Is this the same preacher that New Year's wanted to swag and serve? Is this the same preacher that wanted to walk it out, let's walk it out, walk it out? Is this the same preacher? Or is this a different preacher? I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But this is what's going on in the church now. Like this type shit. Nigga, I don't know if I'm at the club or if I'm at the church. You got Kirk Franklin on stage doing James Brown. Ow! Ow! What are we doing here? These are the people you allow to talk to you. These are the people you allow to talk to you. The preacher's not talking about why. Why are we cool with allowing these drag queens in our schools? Why are we cool with the tampons in the bathroom? The preacher's not talking about that. They cherry pick what they want to cherry pick, just like they do with that book. They cherry pick what they want to cherry pick. They play in your faces with these guys. They do the most evil in the name of God. They hide behind the name of God. And I'm going to show y'all in just a second. I got another video I'm going to show y'all. I didn't even watch this video. I've just pulled it up. But the little bit I did here, I'm going to show y'all. These people do their dirt in your face and then do it in the name of God. Let's finish this shit up. This nigga got my fucking skin crawling.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the divisiveness, the simping, and the reason why black men are leaving the church. If you look in his background, aside from that
Come on. Didn't I tell y'all this? Didn't I tell y'all this earlier? I never even got this far in the video. Didn't I tell y'all this shit earlier? I said, when you go to church, who's in the crowd? Who is it? It's not logical thinking men that's there willingly. It's black women. Okay, William Murphy was the other guy. Okay, I appreciate that correction. Same sandwich. Same sandwich. If a nigga is walking it out in the church and swag surfing, this same sandwich as this shit right here. Just the wrong name. I told y'all, in these churches, he's hitting on it. He's hitting on it right. I didn't watch this video all the way through. I just saw the beginning part. It's women. It's the black woman. They play in y'all face, black women. These pastors been playing in y'all face. Niggas ain't sitting in the church house giving up all their fucking money to a nigga like this. They're just not. They're just not.
Circle in the upper right hand corner. If you look in the background, you can see
Women.
what the look of the black church is. If you look in the background, you can see the.
It's women and gay people. Women and gays. Women and gays. Emotional creatures. Emo brothers.
Demographic. He's speaking to his demographic. This is Umar Johnson on steroids.
That nigga said
Umar Johnson on steroids with a church congregation and a Bible.
That nigga said. That nigga said this is. That nigga said this is Umar on steroids. But damn it, if he ain't fucking right. Because I also say a lot of these preachers who did wake up from religion end up coming over here on the conscious side of things, and they remove Jesus and God, and then they'll tell you the black woman's God, sister, my sister. And they running the same preacher scams the pastor is. So I get it when he say Umar on steroids.
Steroids with a church congregation and a Bible behind him right here, right there, right now. Y'all let me know what y'all think inside of the chat. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Also,
all right. So I'm going to let that video go, right? Back to what I was saying. These women that's in the crowd back there are the same women that's in these chats on YouTube, defending, going against their God to defend child predators and being hypocrites to their Jesus and their God, all because they like someone. All because they like someone. I don't know how to do the fake shit. I just don't. I don't care if I like you or not. I'm going to call you on your shit as well as you should call me on my shit. That's what friends would do. That's what friends do. Don't try to preach to me about your Jesus, about your God. Yet you got a predator nigga sitting up on the panel with you. And you're making excuses for them. I can't find my comment, so I don't know what was said about it. I'm not. Let me see. What comment? What? Lost connections. Okay. Let me look and see if I see the brothers. What was the just like my pops used to say, the churches where the devil. I see this comment. I see this comment. I want to get my brother's comment because he said he had a comment. I don't want him to think I'm disrespecting them. Bro, you might have to type it again because maybe it didn't go through. You said you had got knocked out. Maybe it had got knocked out, brother. I ain't trying to ignore you or, you know. Let me see. I lost connection again. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what the I don't know what the comment was about. Oh, you said Anton Daniels. What about Anton Daniels? Let me see. Anton Daniels. I did see something about Anton Daniels. I don't know where it went. I believe you said something about you didn't like Anton Daniels or something because you said he was a tether or something. Okay. I don't see it. It might have. Okay, here we go. I lost connection only to see this clown Anton Daniels, one of the biggest tethers against Black Americans. Somebody else came in my chat recently, and they had a problem with Anton Daniels also. And I'm gonna keep it all the way real with you. I don't follow Anton Daniels enough to know what his positions are on much of anything. I thought he was like a relationship type dude or something, or he I don't know. I don't follow Anton Daniels. But if he does have a video, I didn't post this for Anton. I posted it for the preacher. I don't know much about Anton, but I did have somebody else, a sister came in here. She didn't care for Anton either. What little bit I've seen of him, I don't know much about him. I've heard him make some comments where, again, I don't follow him enough to know if maybe I'm misjudging his comments, but I don't like to hear guys talk, put all women in the same category. And sometimes some things I would hear from him, I didn't like that much. I don't know what else he's about. I don't know what else he really talks about. I just pretty much know him from the political side when he started covering the political thing. And I saw this video on his channel in my news feed. But it's what everybody have their own opinion about certain things. And that is true too. People have their opinions about certain things. I'm one of them people, when they keep saying, what are you going to do for Black people? I don't give two shits about what you're going to do for Black people as a whole. What are Black people, or what are copper colored people, or what are dark skinned Americans going to do for themselves? What are you going to do to get yourself? What are you going to do to get yourself, your family together? Why do you always need somebody handing out handouts to you? I didn't care. I didn't care nothing about Kamala doing anything specifically for Black people. I want to know, can you protect this country as a whole? That's what I want to know. I'm an American. I'm an American. I live on this soil right here. I don't give a fuck if you do anything for me personally. Can you protect this country from the rest of the world? Can you do that? Will you do that? That's what I want to know. Some people are still looking for handouts, even on the Republican side. Well, what is Trump going to do for you? What is Trump going to? I'm not asking Trump to do anything for me other than protect this country, protect this land. Furthermore, for everybody that keep asking, this is why I keep telling y'all that man's a horrible racist. Because even though y'all keep saying the man don't do nothing for Black people, he keeps showing y'all that he does do shit for Black people. But again, who gives a fuck about the truth when the lie is more entertaining? So that's my Jesus Christ. That's my take on Anton Daniels. I don't know too much about him, and me showing that video wasn't about Anton Daniels. I wanted to address the pastor, which is why I'm talking about the church gone wild and how the church irritates me and fake believers irritate me. You feel what I'm saying? Remember, y'all, I come from the church, man. I come from it. But I'm a grown man. I can think for myself. Shit don't make sense. And I'm going to show you why shit don't make sense. But now I want to show y'all this video here. Let me see how long this video is. It's a 20-minute video. But I want to show y'all. And then you have people who have this opinion that I agree with. I agree with. Okay, I'll work on better sources, bro. I mean, I can't please everybody, because you got people in here who actually do like Anton Daniels, and they don't have a problem with that source. So, I can't please everybody, okay? So, that's one thing I've come to learn. I'm not going to be able to please everybody. Let me show this video. Now, I haven't watched this video. I just watched the beginning clip of it. But boy, even in the beginning clip, I just want y'all to see the niggas y'all let lead y'all. Okay? In the church.
And shake the faith of a community to its core as I reflect on some of the most startling pastor scandals that jarred many of us out of disbelief. Let's take a look at the 10 top pastor scandals the American church will never forget, progressing to the most shocking one at the end. Reverend O. Jermaine Simmons. Reverend O. Jermaine Simmons, a much respected pastor at Jacob Chapel Baptist Church, is found in a compromising position with a married congregant right in her home. It sounds like something out of a dramatic movie, but this was no fiction. It happened on January 17th, 2017. A report from the Tallahassee Police Department acquired by the Christian Post said Simmons, 37, was caught in bed with Claynisha Stevens, 34, by the woman's husband, Benjamin Stevens III. Both Claynisha and Benjamin are his parishioners. Claynisha, who has been married for 7 years, told police that she first met Simmons in 2014, but they have been establishing a relationship as of October 2016. On January 17th, she said, Simmons came over to the home she shares with her husband and their children so they could talk over starting a business, patents and trademarks, and providing less fortunate kids with clothes and shoes. During the meeting, she said they started having sex.
Of course they did.
While they were engaged, her 6-year-old son's school was trying to get in touch with her to pick him up. Since she did not answer, the school reached out to the boy's father. Benjamin picked up their son and headed home only to discover his wife engaged with Simmons in their oldest daughter's bedroom. Benjamin reportedly screamed, "I'm going to unalive him," and went to the couple's bedroom to retrieve a small handgun. On hearing the threat, the frightened pastor fled the couple's home, naked without waiting to see what would happen. Simmons ran out of the apartment naked and hopped a privacy fence behind some shrubs, the report said, but his car keys and his clothes were inside the house with the woman and her enraged husband. A parishioner gave the pastor a ride from the apartment, and police later helped him retrieve his clothes and car. The woman's husband, Benjamin, was slapped with aggravated assault charges. Meanwhile, Simmons found himself facing his congregation, his guilt laid bare. With a heartfelt apology, he asked for forgiveness, an appeal that was met with a standing ovation.
Now, this is the part I saw, y'all. This is the part I saw. He went, his little scandal. This is what I'm talking about how these pastors play in y'all face. They get caught up in some nonsense. They get caught up with child harmers. And then they'll go stand in the pulpit and feed y'all some bullshit like this.
2 days after he was caught, the Reverend O. Jermaine Simmons Sr. told his parishioners that he would not resign because God had already forgiven him and his wife stood by him.
I ain't going nowhere. I done got caught with my dick in the lady and somebody's wife. Hey, congregation, I ain't going nowhere. God done already forgave me. I repent. This how they play in y'all face. And y'all give this nigga a standing fucking ovation. It's women in that church. It's the women. It's the same nigga like Pastor Jamal Bryant telling y'all to vote against your best interests. This is the same preacher like Pastor Jamal Bryant telling y'all to vote for the drag queens in your classroom with your children, which is directly putting your children in harm's way of grooming. But because the pastor said it, it's okay. You people that scream all this God, God, God shit, put children in harm's way because you like the pastor or because you like somebody on social media. It's sick. It's crazy. What do you stand for? What do you stand on? You are going against your God. And I mean, but if I'm gonna be all the way real, you're honestly not going against your God because your God do a lot of bullshit to children. in that Bible too. So maybe you're doing right. Maybe you are doing.
I'm hurting because I've hurt you. I'm talking to Jacob Chapel.
Amen. Listen to the gaslighting. Hey, church. Hey, church. Church. I done got caught with my drawers down. And I know I disappointed y'all, saints. And I know I've done wrong, saints. And I'm hurting because I hurt you. But oh, I tell you, saints of God, come on, Pastor. Come on, Pastor. Oh, I tell you, God has already forgiven me for my sins. He died on the cross for my sins. Oh, Pastor. Oh, yeah, Pastor. That's the shit y'all do. That's the dumb shit y'all do.
Can't speak for people on the outside because I'm not Tallahassee's pastor.
Amen.
I'm not Florida's pastor.
Amen.
I'm not the Lord's pastor.
Amen, Pastor.
Okay. It hurts me that you have to defend my actions. Because when you love somebody, you want to fight for them. You want to defend them. But let me be very clear. You cannot defend sin.
You cannot. Come on and preach, Pastor. Come on, Pastor. You see how you can put a little truth in with the lies? You throw a little truth in with you cannot defend sin. Yet, this is what y'all do on social media. Y'all get on here, y'all speak this Jesus stuff, Jesus. Then when there's one of your friends caught up in the bullshit, now we want to defend sin. This is what y'all do in y'all churches. Jesus, God, Lord, Savior, hallelujah, all of that. Then when it's your pastor caught up because you like your pastor, you want to defend sin. Hypocrites. Fucking hypocrites.
I want to make something clear. Because God is pushing me forward. I'll never be sorry enough for some people. Even now, you critique, well, did he mean it?
Oh, I made a mistake.
I don't have the energy for that right now.
I don't have the energy, y'all.
But I have to be clear that God is pushing us forward. Pushing us.
This is the same type of bullshit I heard the people on social media saying, defending the child predator nigga. You see what I'm saying? This is the shit. This is why I can't stand that fake ass church shit. This is why I laugh at you believers when y'all try to pray for me. While you pray for me, I'ma think for you. Let me think for you, because you clearly ain't thinking. This is what Pastor Jamal Bryant did when he got on that fucking pulpit. He wants you to put your children in harm's way with the transgender. He wants, Pastor Jamal is gaslighting you niggas because he wants transgenders in the bathroom. He's a bought and paid for Negro up in that pulpit. Why are y'all not asking the pastor, well, Pastor, what do we do about the men in the girls' bathrooms? We're voting for men going in our girl. Why we don't talk about that? Pastor don't want to talk about that. He just want to hate Trump because he was paid to hate Trump. He let that devil come get in his pulpit and tell y'all, oh, joy is coming in the morning, saints. He let that devil get in there and play in your face. Just like at the other rally, hey, she told you niggas, hey, Christ ain't king in this motherfucker. That's the other motherfucking rally. Ain't no Christ in this motherfucker. And you niggas is still voting for her. You Christians is still voting for her. When people show you who they are, believe them. Christ is king. Jesus is Lord. Jesus is Lord. Christ is king. Hey. Get them niggas up out of here. Ain't no Jesus up in here, niggas. This is what she said. And you niggas is like, woohoo! Thank you, Jesus. Yeah, thank you, Jesus. All you Christian niggas. I'm sitting here like, what? And nigga, ain't you? Nigga, she said, get them niggas. Ain't you?
And so you will be attacked for loving me. There may be some folk here today in this room who came to see what was going to happen.
Amen. Come on, Pastor. Come on, Pastor.
What is he going to say?
Right.
If I stop preaching, if I stop doing what the Lord called me to do over this.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about with that, bro. You gonna have to explain. You gonna have to send me that shit or something. I don't even know what you're talking about with that. Trump going in the girl's bathroom. I can almost guarantee you there's a whole story behind that. If I can almost guarantee you, I'm not getting the whole truth of this. It's just. Yeah.
It presupposes that I was qualified to do it in the first place. Does that make sense? If I quit, if I walk away over this, it presupposes that I deserved to preach last Sunday when there was no Sabbath. I was a wretch unknown when he grew up. I'm a work in progress now. But with the Lord on our side, we will move forward.
Many non-members of the church were shocked, demanding that he should step down. A comment on the video says, I find it sad and shocking that the guilty party is the one who chooses to move forward. Isn't that convenient? You need to move forward into the latter part of your life. Aside from pastoring, that's why the church continues to be ridiculed by the world and God's name is shamed.
Yeah.
Did God tell you to move forward? If so, I'm impressed at your ability to hear from God after the sin, but you didn't hear from God before the sin. Hashtag step down for Christ's sake.
Getting the funds you need for your business can be challenging. That's why we built NavPrime.
And I agree
Build
with
your business
that.
credit history.
This is why I just want y'all to see these pastors that y'all allowed to.
Still about pastors sleeping with their married members, we zoom to senior pastor Chris Hill. This is Chris Hill, a spiritual son of T.D. Jakes. He is also the senior pastor of the Potter's House Church of Denver, which is a branch of the Potter's House Church. In this picture, Pastor Chris Hill poses with his goddaughter and employee, Shernay, and her husband, Arthur McFarland III, on their wedding day, September 26, 2014. Here is Pastor Hill's wife also posing with Shernay on the wedding day. As reported by the Christian Post, in 2017, Joy Hill sent a mass text message to church members alleging that her husband has been engaged in a months-long affair with a married parishioner who also happens to be their goddaughter, Shernay. Joy Hill stated that with the help of a private investigator who followed them for weeks, she was able to confirm that they had been having an affair for several months. Here is a portion of the mass text message sent out by First Lady Hill. For your information, Pastor called the police on me tonight because I yelled at him asking him to leave the house tonight, and he wouldn't. I was upset because he won't stop having an affair with Shernay, and I can't live like this anymore. They've been having an affair for several months, and he finally admitted it yesterday after I hired a private investigator to have them followed over the past 6 weeks. So since he wouldn't leave the house tonight, I threw his clothes in our dry, empty hot tub. I'm done covering for him, done. I called one of our deacons, Officer Everett Moore, and he came over tonight too. 4 cops in total were at our home. They concluded that no crime was committed. He's painting me to be violent and irrational. I am neither. I am a wife who is devastated that her husband is cheating her with her daughter. And to make matters worse, Shernay falsely accused me of keying her car yesterday, and my husband believes her and told her to press charges against me. My grace for this is over. I want a husband that won't cheat on me or verbally and emotionally abuse me. Shernay is your new first lady now. I won't be coming to the Porter's House, Denver anymore. Following this revelation of their senior pastor's alleged affair with a married parishioner, the Potter's House Church of Denver announced that Chris Hill, a protege of megachurch preacher Bishop T.D. Jakes, has resigned from his position. Following the outburst of the allegations, Shernay and her husband also separated. But just 3 months after resigning as senior pastor of the Potter's House Church of Denver over the alleged affair with
I just want to jump in here right quick. Brother, I do see I'm looking up your what you said, because if that's what he's doing is wrong, right? I'll call it out and I'll say it's wrong. But I'm also looking at videos right now of women defending him, saying he wasn't walking in their thing, their dressing rooms. He wasn't nowhere near them. There is a video of Trump saying, "Yes, I did. I own the show, so it was not unusual for me to walk in around the backstage." And he did walk in on a situation one time, but it's not like just what he was doing. He was just doing it. So I am looking it up to see, but there's a lady on the news right now. I'm looking at her right now on the news. She was one of the pageant people defending, saying it's bullshit. So I don't know if he's ever been brought up on charges for that or not, or I don't know. I'm just telling you that I get what you're saying, but there's people out here defending them who were there saying it's bullshit. So we do know how the media has lied on Trump many, many times. So I know.
the married parishioner, Pastor Chris Hill, said he is ready to come back. And Bishop T.D. Jakes of Potter's House of Dallas laid hands on him and declared restoration. This is a good example of the fact that it is not ideal for pastors to have female office assistants. In the end, these pastors cheat, divorce, get new churches, remarry, and rather than taking responsibility, think they can start over with no responsibility. When intimate photos leaked by an ex-girlfriend surfaced, gospel singer and pastor Dietrich Haddon faced public scrutiny, but that was not all. He got his current wife, Dominique Haddon, pregnant while still married to his ex, Demita Haddon. Dominique and Dietrich married months after Dietrich announced his split from his ex-wife of more than 15 years, who was also a gospel singer, Demita Haddon. The latter years of their marriage were tainted by rumors of infidelity on both ends. But Haddon wants everyone to know he's only human.
It's all about truth for me from this point on. The truth about my baby.
This is the same bullshit that they were saying about the nigga that was harming children. He's human and people make mistakes. And listen, man, then you got to give that same grace to the motherfuckers who had y'all on. The niggas that y'all going after. You got to give that same grace then. We can't just all of a sudden give this Jesus grace to a nigga because we like him. This nigga get the grace, but Y'all going hard at somebody else for the same bullshit. Like, this is when I realized I have to remove myself. Because this isn't what I stand for. This isn't my moral crowd. To know that you won't call your people out. You get very quiet and you don't know nothing now. Oh, I ain't seen that. Oh, I don't know much about it. Hey, we can go hard to protect a grown woman who says she was abused. We can go hard to protect a grown man who y'all say didn't abuse her. Yet we have a little girl who, in a police report, in statements, that said she was violated since she was 12 years old. And we don't care about that. We don't want to defend that little girl. We want to defend the nigga because we like him, the violator. We want to make all excuses for him. Yet we're trying to create sisterhoods and shit like we care about the safety of women and shit like that. I don't get that. We preaching God's word online, yet this nigga is on a whole registry. But because I like this nigga, I heard the nigga's paperwork read online. And that shit fucked with me like, yo, I don't even know this nigga and my name is attached to this nigga. All because he comes to a space, he's allowed to come in a space of a person that I like. So in order to attack me, they say you support his bullshit because she lets him come over there and you be over there too. No, when I see that nigga, I get the fuck on. But, I see where they're coming from. You rocking with a motherfucker that rock with a nigga that hurt children. I don't like that. No, don't put my name with that shit. So that's when I realized, once I seen, hey, we gave niggas the information and niggas wanted to Stevie Wonder this shit because they like a motherfucker. You can't compare my situation to a child harmer on a registry for life. Lifetime registry. You can never compare my situation, my one time 21, 22 year situation where I came out on top. No registry. I'm still in the medical field. Never licensed, never been investigated. Never been suspended, never been anything. My license is as clean as a whistle in the medical field. I'm able to travel nurse. I'm able to move state to state under different licenses. I have reciprocities in different cities, in different states. I have reciprocity. You can't compare me, my one-time situation 20-some years ago, where I'm not on a registry, to you defending a child harmer. And then want to say, he paid his dues, he did 2 years, he paid his, nigga ain't no fucking paying dues on harming no children. At least in my eyes. But I guess other people see it different. This is furthermore why I realize I personally have to remove myself. Let me go back over on my side of town, where we look at things a little different over here. We look at things a little different over here. But these same women in these chats are these same women in these churches. Do y'all get what I'm saying now? All this fake ass preaching and woo woo whoop and God this and God that and woo whoop and God that. This is the same shit they do in the churches. This is what makes me say, y'all don't even fucking care about your God. You niggas will spit in your God's face for a man. you will spit in your guy's face for a man. Your pastor is allowed to hurt children, harm children. Your pastor is allowed to fuck all the women in the church and shit. And all he has to do is come out and tell y'all, hey, I'm human, y'all. And I'm not for a lot of deals, pastor. I belong to God. And God has already forgiven me for my sins. My thing is this: if you're gonna say a motherfucker can be forgiven because you like them, then you got to give the people that you're attacking the same damn grace. Or you're a hypocrite. You're simply a hypocrite. But I just wanted to show y'all these pastors that y'all sit up under. That's where I was going. I want to show y'all these pastors that y'all sit up under, and these pastors preaching this God shit, this Jesus shit, and these women that sit in these pastors' churches preaching this Jesus shit, this God shit, and these pastors is doing the most dirt. But guess what? Just like motherfuckers sit on social media and cover up for niggas that they like, this is the same shit they do in the church. They cover up for the pastor because they like them.
Baby, out of wedlock, the truth about my divorce, it happened. There's nothing I can do about that. No. I'm a pastor, but at the end of the day, I'm a man.
You know, nobody's perfect out there. Everybody make mistakes. I've made my mistakes in my life. And no, I don't think there's anybody on the other side of this camera that have not made a mistake. The only difference is us being in the spotlight, and we're preachers and we hold to a different standard. And sometimes we fall short, just being human. You fall short. But the only thing you can do is just keep moving, and keep going, Plus, I got tough skin.
I'm going to tell y'all this, in my opinion. In my opinion, the church is one of the most dangerous places to be. It's one of the most evilest places to be. It's got the most judgmental people in it. Just my opinion. Just my opinion. And y'all cover this stuff up with these people.
Decade, there have been allegations of drug use and inappropriate sexual behavior against Ted Haggard, a pastor of New Life Church in Colorado Springs. Starting in the basement of his house with 22 people, that church eventually became New Life Church, one of the largest mega churches in America. With a congregation of over 14,000, Haggard became so influential that he visited the White House of President George W. Bush multiple times. He also served as president of the National Association of Evangelicals from 2003-2006.
We've decided the Bible is the Word of God. We don't have to have a general assembly about what we believe. It's written in the Bible. All right.
I just want y'all to listen to the bullshit they spew to their people when they get caught up. And this is what I was telling y'all about my situation where, I don't follow the guy, but the guy is cool with somebody that I'm cool with. They say, oh, he's told his story before. He's already told his story. I'm asking you what that paperwork say. What's that paperwork about? If the paperwork is fake, address the paperwork and say it's fake. Otherwise, I'm going off of what a government site says. This nigga is a registered offender in our communities or in somebody's communities. I seen his neighbors get on Facebook. The neighbors of his community address him. His neighbors, to the point that they went and hired a detective to follow this nigga because they said the nigga's backing up and watching the kids even after getting out of jail. I don't know this nigga, but I'm seeing his neighbors on the World Wide Web, his neighbors that he lives around on the World Wide Web saying he's doing these things. Not to mention, they say he got a little friend. He's supposed to be a child harmer. I don't follow these people, but because I'm cool with someone else that's cool with him, people that don't like me want to try to attach me to a child harmer or a registered sex offender simply because one of my friends that I consider a friend allows a sex offender to come in her space. So I had to back away, even though I like this woman. I just don't like her hypocrisy. I don't like that. And if I'm reaching out to you, I'm reaching out to you because I care about you. There was a time I reached out to you before, and I told you one time before, the same thing I just told you now. Be careful who you stand too close to. People will disappoint you. And I only wasted my time to say this to people that I care about, or I only not waste my time, but take my time out to give this advice to people I care about. Because most people I don't even talk to. I don't even talk to most people. But if I actually reach out to you behind the scenes to tell you, listen, I care about you and I just don't want to see you get hurt, or I don't want you to be attacked. I don't want you attacked because of this. You might want to either address this to your followers, because there are many people out there who have been affected by child harmers and predators and been hurt, and people never gave them an ear. People never fought for them. People sweep them under the rug because they like people, or because the pastor is too powerful. I'm just not that. I'm just not that. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you was my brother. I'm going to tell you that shit's wrong. You was wrong, nigga. And I'm probably not going to deal with you too much. I'm going to deal with you because if you're doing things of the such, and especially if you're not someone who did make a mistake, maybe you did make a mistake, and you are not publicly out here trying to correct that mistake and stand in your mistake and publicly try to help other people, try to educate other people of what to look for, of how you got caught up, the mistake you made, to where we can say, hey, listen, you know what? I can't agree with what that man did, but the fact that he is actually standing in his shit, he's not running from it, and he's actually in the community speaking with parents, speaking with officials, being a spokesperson for or advocate for child harmers because he's made a mistake. Maybe he was too drunk one night, or maybe he did some bullshit that landed him on a registry and he made a mistake. But to fucking see your fucking neighbors coming right behind you getting out of jail, and they're saying you still doing the shit, what are we defending? I don't know. Let's get back to these fake ass pastors in the pulpit.
Right? So we don't have to debate about what we should think about homosexual activity. It's written in the Bible. I think I know what you did last night. If you send me $1,000, I won't tell your wife. If you use any of this, I'll sue you.
In 2006, there was a significant shift in the life of Ted Haggard when a gay prostitute came forward claiming that Haggard had paid him for sex. This revelation ultimately led to the decline of Haggard's career, resulting in him losing his position at New Life and having to move to Arizona. There, he began a new job selling insurance. In 2009, Haggard admitted to a second relationship with a male church member on CNN TV. In 2010, Haggard founded a new church called St. James Church. His wife, Gail, who has stood by him throughout his troubles, is the church co-pastor. In an interview from his home in Colorado Springs, he said, "I feel we have moved past the scandal. We have forgiveness. It is a second chance." In 2022, 66-year-old Haggard again faced accusations of using methamphetamine and behaving inappropriately with young men at St. James Church in Colorado Springs, Colorado. The latest accusations were made by Kirk Sethman, who became a minister at St. James Church in 2012. Sethman recorded the statements of two young men who claimed Haggard touched them inappropriately multiple times at the church. One of them was underage when the inappropriate behavior began in 2019. Sethman brought the allegations to church elders in 2020. St. James Church has seen a decline in membership and recently sold its building. Haggard remains the head pastor, but has moved the church's services and study sessions to his home, and now calls his new congregation the Story House Church.
This is what my house looks like. And I haven't cleaned in 3 months. That's because I have someone come and do it for me twice a month through home.
Y'all, I'm gonna stop there. I don't like to watch this shit. I don't even like to watch this shit. I was just irritated. And I told y'all, for me to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, something had to be stirring my soul. You know, something had to be stirring my soul. Sometimes the hardest thing for us to do is to walk away from people that we care about. You know what I'm saying? Walk away from people that we love. Call out people that we love or we care about on their hypocrisy. Sometimes that's the hardest thing to do because we care about these people. We don't want to lose these people. But as I told y'all many times, I come from a different cloth. I'm cut from a different cloth. I'm from a different mold of men who are rare to find in these days and time. There's not many of us who still stand on morals, integrity, principles. There's not many of us who still exist. There's not many of us who still exist who will call out people close to us. It's not many of us who will just deal with the fact that this person I love is going to be mad at me for this because I am calling them out, because I am telling them it's wrong. But that's what a friend would do. That's what a friend should do. Those are the type of people you should want in your circle. And I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like this didn't even have to, the situation I'm talking about with me personally on social media, I feel like this don't even have to be hard. I feel like this could have been a simple conversation with your friend where you say, hey, listen, I know you told us the story. I know you said this is what happened, but I have people in my chat who've been affected by sexual assaults. And when you come through, I don't want you to trigger them. Yes, I know your story. And you said this. You said it's incorrect and this and that. But you're still on a lifetime registry for harming a child. There's still a registry out there saying you harmed a young lady, a little girl in your community. It was actually your girl's cousin or something to the effect. Some dynamic like that. And I just don't want to trigger people in my chat that follow me because I can't control what people think, you know, but I don't want my name and my brand attached to this. This could have been a simple conversation behind the scenes with that person with no disrespect, just a real heart-to-heart conversation. Hey, listen, I don't know exactly what's going on. I know you said this is going on, but this is what your paperwork is showing on the internet. It's public records. People can go pull your name up, and this is what's going to come up. I know you came on the panel and you told us this, but just so I don't, you know, hurt or trigger anybody in my chat, because I do care about abuse, because I do care about sisterhood, and because I do want a safe place for my sisters to be able to come and feel like they have a safe place to come over here and we discuss issues. But to have a person who's on a lifetime registry for harming a child constantly coming on my panel and me basically co-signing you and defending you. I just don't want to hurt anybody. This could have been a simple conversation as such. As simple a conversation as such. And you could have came to your chat and you say, hey, listen, I know some of y'all had some concerns about this situation because it's out there. It's out there. It's out there. So this could have been a simple conversation with your chat and say, hey, I just wanted to come and let you guys know. I know there's been some concerns out there about this situation, the child harming, the registry. You know, my friend, he did come on and state what happened. And he says, you know, he's going to be taken off or whatever. What I did was had a conversation with him heart to heart. And, you know, just for the sake of you guys, because I don't know what you guys have been through, and I don't want to trigger anybody. I did have a conversation with my brother, and I told him, you know, just for the sake of that, I don't want to bring him on my panel. Plus, you know, I have people that are looking at me as to invest in my channel and my brand. You know, I really wouldn't want to have my name attached to that or have to explain that to investors who are, you know, questioning this. Simple as that. Nobody would have been upset. Nobody would have felt like you turned your back. Nobody would have felt like you, and then you would have been, you know, more believable in your God talk, in your Jesus talk, in all your praying and all that shit y'all do. Yet, we stand 10 toes down with the child harmer while calling out other child harmers and other abusers across, you know, on the other side because we don't like them. But we make every excuse for who we like. That's when I realized, yo, this that church shit. This that bullshit church shit. Let me simply remove myself. I like these people. I just don't like the hypocrisy. I like a lot of people that go to church. Just don't preach to me. Just don't preach to me. Because I don't believe in none of that shit. I don't believe in none of that church shit, all that. I don't believe in none of that shit. I don't believe in none of that grown-up fairy tale shit. None of that feel-good shit. None of that fear-mongering shit. I don't live in fear, and I don't walk blind. I'm not going to move on faith when I can move on knowing. I'll leave that to y'all. We just not cut from the same cloth. That's all. That's all. It's a lot of people that have been harmed inside of the churches. And do you know how bad it feels when they see everybody showing that pastor love? Their family still supporting the pastor. You see how I become a black sheep? Because I'm not going to walk that path with y'all. I'm not going to follow the crowd on that. Now your pastor fucked up. He a sick ass nigga. That's where I will be at. Why y'all support that nigga? Auntie, y'all like that nigga? Ma, you know what that nigga did? Come on, man. Then we do shit like we take Bible verses. We take Bible verses and we change them around to fit what makes us feel good. This is why I don't fuck with that church shit. This is why I don't like that shit. This is why I hate the hypocrisy of these fake ass church people. I'm telling you, anytime I hear people always screaming about God, 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 them is the niggas that I'm leery of. I could be watching the video. As soon as I hear a nigga start going on a tangent about, I got a guy I like. His name is he is Blanchard. I like this guy. I like this guy when he's dealing with politics and he's dealing with not being black and he's dealing with who we are on this land. I like to listen to him. It's just when he get into his God shit, his religion shit. And me and this nigga actually had a back and forth one night. And I said, wow, this nigga is really on this religion shit, huh? And everything he said, I said, nigga, you can't prove that, nigga. I said, I fuck with you, my nigga, but that shit you saying about right now, you can't prove that, nigga. Then he went on to make a statement where he said, people who don't believe in God only don't believe in God because they want to do the devil's work. Bullshit, nigga. You can't get out my head, nigga. You can't put speculations on me and why I don't believe in your little God because you believe in that shit. You can't speculate why I don't. Nigga, get out my head, nigga. You can't prove why people don't follow religion because they want to be bad. Because, sir, there are a lot of people who don't care about religion, spirituality, none of that shit. They're very successful people, and they are some of the most caring and helpful people on the planet. And they don't even believe in your God or your religion or your spirits. Yet you have people like these people, Jamal Bryant, T.D. Jakes, all these motherfuckers chucking his guy shit, doing the most dirt. Niggas at Diddy parties and shit with the baby oil and shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Niggas got the gay cop stripper nigga on, on stage with him and shit. T.D. Jakes got a whole scandal going on right now where a young man says he too was fucking violated. Who's gonna listen to him though? It ain't gonna be the people in the church. They're gonna make excuses for T.D. Jakes. Yeah, y'all, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm not made up that way. When I tell you being a black sheep is something you will encounter, it's just something you're going to have to learn how to walk by yourself, man. And it just ain't going to be easy. But one thing about it, you can do it. And with that being said, I'm out of here, y'all.
That boy, sugar. I ain't nothing like all the rest. I'm a real alpha male, birth to death. Shit ain't right, then I'm going left. I'm a born leader, I think for self. Morals and principles, I stand on that. I ain't about asking, I take my respect. Chin up with my chest out the same way I did when I banged the set. I'm on a mission, a purpose to ruffle some feathers while I'm at it, step on some toes. Niggas is frauds, standing next to a real nigga, that shit gon' get you exposed. Niggas ain't woke in this conscious community. Niggas unconscious, they sleep while they walk. These niggas ain't nothing but agents of chaos. The same ones that ran to the stage to kill Malcolm. I'm here to shake up and shut shit down. Every fraud I find getting called out. Niggas selling they souls and out. I'ma hit these dogs till I make them howl. Chokehold got a death grip both ways, literally and metaphorically. It's a courtesy call with a warning involved. No, I ain't the beef to be ordering. I come in peace, but don't get this shit twisted. A heart full of gold, but it pushing out vicious. I stand for the weak and I bang on the wicked. I'm still with the shit, don't appear on that shit list. All through life felt treated different, like I don't belong in this here existence. The way I think I felt, no one gets it. A lot of eyes, but no inner vision. Cold world full of fire lines. I'm an Indian out through my bloodline. Every brick I see added to walls of oppression. I'm at it to tear it down. Snaking and taking to get from the people. Ain't never been cool, always did something to me. Every black sheep that I knew was a leader. So nigga, in my case, I bullied the bully, yeah.
God, there's a lot of questions that I have about the past, and I don't want to hear it from a human. You made it, so you're the last person that I'm ever gonna ask. Tell me what's real, tell me what's fake. Why is everything about you a debate? What's the point of love? Every time I showed it I was broken and it's forced me just to only want to hate. Why is it only one you but multiple religions? Why does every conversation end in a division? Why does everybody want to tell us how to live but they won't listen to the same damn message that they give it? Tell me how to feel, tell me what's wrong. I tried to call, pick up the phone, I'm on my own. Everybody says you coming back to man, why the hell's it taking so long? Why do I hurt? Why is there pain? Why does everything good always have to change? Why does everybody try to profit off another man's work then destroy it just for monetary gain? Tell me, are you black or are you white? I don't even really care, I just really want to know what's right. They've been saying one thing, but I've been looking in the book, and it seems like they've been lying for my whole damn life. Tell me where I'm going. Is it heaven or hell? I just hope this message greets you well. Had a dream that I was walking with the devil. Don't remember how it feels, but I swear that I remember the smell. Looked me right into my eye and told me everything I wanted could be mine if I gave up and decided to sell. But I said I'd rather die than get mine. Now I'm here, no fear, one man with a story to tell. Dear God, where were you when I needed it? When I fucked up and repeated it? When they set the bar and I exceeded it? My life is like a book that they've been judging by a cover, but I've never took the time to fucking read the shit. I remember telling you my goals and my dreams, but you didn't even answer, so I guess you didn't believe in it. I remember sitting with a gun to my head trying to ask you for some help, but I guess you didn't believe it. I don't want religion, I need that spirituality. I don't want a church, I need people to call a family. I don't want to tell my sins to another sinner just because he's got a robe and he went to some academy. I don't want to read it in the book, I want to hear it from you. Don't want to learn it in my school because they hiding the truth. Don't want to talk about it to another fucking human being, and that's the only reason that I even step in this booth. Dear God, how do I take this darkness and turn it into light? How do I believe in the concept where I speak to a man I've never seen with my own two eyes? How do I know that religion wasn't made just to separate the world and create a whole disguise just to keep us in these chains while the rich get richer and the poor pray to you and perpetuate a lie? How do I know this ain't some big joke? How can I have faith when there is no hope? How the hell does one man have $100 billion and we still have people on the street that are broke? There's a lot of things I want to talk about and get off my chest. I can't sleep because the devil won't let me rest. I used to know a fucking pastor in a church and I can still hear the screams of the kids he will fucking molest. Dear God, I'm supposed to fear you, but you ain't said shit, so maybe it's you who actually fears me. I don't know the answer, I just want to see it clearly. So many lies, 1,000 different theories. All I want to know is who really made religion, cause I know it wasn't you, but don't nobody believe me. No more lies, no more death. Bring back King, bring back X. Please, dear God, let their souls rest. Protect who's left and watch their steps. Dear God, I don't want to have to ask you again. I just hope that you know that I'm still a believer, so I'll end this all by saying amen.
Yeah. You said you loved me. It was all lies. You said it while you looked me softly in the eyes. You said it while you wiped the tears from my eyes. And I wonder why. Why the fuck did you touch me? You made me feel so lucky. You made me feel like everything. Now I feel like nothing. You made me feel so pretty. I know I'm not, I'm ugly, but I feel so beautiful. Every time that you hug me, I told mine she played it off like it's all good. So in my head it was alright. I remember our first time, you told me that it was all tight. Me and mom played dress up, she told me to wear the dress you like. And then we had a daddy-daughter date, and that's the night that you really changed my life. Cause I'm weak-minded, I'm naive, I'm insecure and I'm hurt. Sometimes I end up with fuck niggas, so I fuck niggas, that's worse. Good guys ask me on dates, they don't get played, get them away first. And it's cause you and what you did to me, I would've never thought that you would hurt me. What's the purpose? I trusted you, I really trusted you. When I'm in the mood, my first thought is me fucking dudes. Then they touch me, I get pissed, I let them rule. Then turned off, cause it's like fucking you. Why would you touch me? I did forget, I'm just trying to block the shit. I'm just trying to erase the memories me and my father did. I don't think that shit was right, thought I was my father's kid. But you had me thinking that was love, and that's the shit that fathers did. It wasn't, you played me, nigga, you played me. And now you saying you can't accept the gay me? When you the reason that a nigga can't sleep? When you the reason God probably hate me? Fuck you, I made it out the closet that you built around me. I know that I was born this way, but you helped me count the ladies out. You told me being gay was sick, but put your dick inside my mouth. And now you found God and want me to take a different route. Nah, I only came to tell you that I for you, and to tell you I forgive you. I know you a better person, and to tell you since you found God, go visit him in person, bitch.